What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel for the third time. I've been trying to film this video 3 times. You feel me? The mic just died right now. I'm about to charge it back up, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do this video without the mic so I can hurry up and get this video done because I have a lot more videos I want to film today I need to talk about. So spiritual deposits. First and foremost, I like to say I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency, not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy. And today, as you can see by the title, I want to be talking to y'all about spiritual deposits. So you may be wondering, like, okay, spiritual deposits, you may already have an idea of what I'm talking about, right? But I'm gonna go into depth and I'm gonna really explain to y'all, what spiritual deposits are, right? So we all know what physical deposits are. You get some money, you deposit the shit into your bank, or you get direct deposit, the shit goes directly into your bank. You know what I'm saying? It's a physical deposit, money, and you have a bank account so you can have your money saved up in case some shit pop up, right? Same shit with your spiritual deposits. Instead of depositing some shit into some material shit, you're depositing shit into it's your higher self, into yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a spiritual deposit might be, all right, I know I gotta go to work on Monday, and I gotta work Monday through Friday to get this fucking punk ass check to pay these dumbass bills, right? And I know I got these coworkers that I can't stand these motherfuckers, right? So in order to deal with that, you're gonna need a lot of positive energy to deal with the negative energy within the workplace. So you're gonna want to deposit some shit deposit some shit within yourself, so you can deal with the negative energy that you're gonna have to deal with. Just like you would deposit some money into your bank because you gotta pay this rent coming up in 30 days. So let me put this money in my bank so I know this shit's secure. So when that rent pops up, I can just pay this fucking rent. You know what I'm saying? Let me do some shit that's gonna raise my vibration. So when I get around this negative energy, I can motherfucking deal with the negative energy without grabbing the motherfucking want to put a motherfucker in the headlock. You know what I'm saying? So spiritual deposits are things that you do, things that you enjoy doing. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own soul, right? I just got finished skateboarding, right? Skateboarding is something that I used to enjoy doing as a child, and when I skateboard now, I'm not trying to go pro or do no wild shit, but just me skating, just doing little tray flips and pop shovels and shit like that. It feels good. It raises my vibration. Me exercising, that's a spiritual deposit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing some shit that's going to raise my vibration. So if I get around some negative energy, I can go, boom, let me go take that deposit I put in earlier and let me use this positive energy to deal with this negative energy. Because there's negative energy everywhere, bro. Sis, it's negative energy everywhere. God, goddess, king, queen, you know what I'm saying? It's negative energy everywhere. It's either you see this shit and you know it's negative energy everywhere, and you're trying to just vibrate high and maneuver through this shit, or you're participating in a negative energy and you don't even know it's negative energy everywhere because you out here putting out the negative energy too. You know what I'm saying? So it's negative energy everywhere, right? Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in because the powers that be, they feed off of the negative energy, like I told y'all in the other video. You know what I'm saying? So in order to deal with this negative energy that you're going to run into this shit regardless, wherever you're at, whatever species you are, the inorganic species, the organic species, the inorganic species, no matter what species you are, you're going to run into the negative energy, right? So in order to deal with the negative energy, you have to do some shit that's going to make you feel good. You have to do when you have time, because we're all in this matrix, right? Most of us are in this matrix. Even if you're not in this matrix, even if you're very successful and you have a lot of money and all that shit, you still have to make these spiritual deposits. You still got to go out, sit in the sun. I'm making an example of spiritual deposits too, but I'm going to just run over a few right now in this video, right? So spiritual deposits, you can say, for instance, you got to go to work Monday through Friday and deal with these coworkers that you can't fucking stand, right? So in order to prepare yourself to deal with that, why don't you let me go meditate this weekend. Let me just go sit in the sun or sit anywhere and just close my eyes and just collect my thoughts in peace and quiet. Because you're about to be in an environment where motherfuckers are going to be trying to disrupt your peace. So you're going to want to deposit something into yourself, into your higher self, into your spiritual bank account. You're going to want to deposit something into your spiritual bank account. So, because the spiritual world controls, and I ain't using the mic right now, but I know y'all can still hear me, right? The spiritual world controls more than half of the physical world that we see, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the shit that we see, the spiritual world runs the physical world, bro. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit that's going on the physical, you may just think this shit's going on, it's just some physical shit, but if you're it's some spiritual shit behind this shit is what I'm trying to say, bro. The spiritual world runs the physical world, right? So you may be trying to goddamn do some positive shit, go handle some business or something, and like I said, the spiritual world controls most of this shit. And a lot of people are asleep with this spiritual shit. A lot of people, not even saying the spiritual shit, because it's not like, oh, it's a trend or no shit, right? Because it's real shit. The spiritual world runs most of the physical world, right? So a lot of people are unaware of this, I should say. A lot of people are unaware of the fact that the spiritual world controls most of the physical world, right? So you may have a fucking interaction with somebody and you think, you're just looking at it from the physical point of view. You're not looking at it like this person may have a spirit. This person may not even be a real person. This could be a whole attack to lower my frequency. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at it from the spiritual point of view. You're looking at it from the physical point of view. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to making these spiritual deposits, you'll be able to look at shit. Not even once you get to making these deposits, but once you get to looking at shit from a spiritual point of view, this is kind of besides the fact of spiritual deposits, but once you get to looking at shit from a spiritual point of view, you'll be able to maneuver through this shit without it lowering your vibration, is what I'm trying to say. That's the whole purpose of this shit out. All that shit. That's the whole purpose, right? But spiritual deposits will be things like, okay, let me go sit right here and meditate. Let me go ahead and meditate because I know I got to go to this punk ass job and deal with these motherfuckers for a week, right? Let me go ahead and meditate. Or I know I got to deal with these kids, so let me go work out so I can raise my vibration so I can deal with these kids, etc. I don't know everybody's situation, right? You know your situation, what you're dealing with, and you know what you like to do to make you feel good. Spiritual deposits are things that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to. An example of a spiritual withdrawal would be, all right, I'm about to go to the club this weekend. I've been working hard all week, and now I'm about to go to the motherfucking club and get a bottle and drink and turn up and listen to this low vibration of music and let that shit program that shit into my subconscious. That's a spiritual withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? Because then once you go to the club and do all that shit, you withdraw out your spiritual bank account. So now when you get in this negative world, in this low vibrational world, that energy may possibly consume you and you'll be more willing to react or more ready to react instead of looking at this shit from a spiritual point of view. You know what I'm saying? And besides the fact of all that, if you go to a club and all that shit, listening to music and all that shit is gonna lower your vibration. Drinking all that shit, smoking all that shit is gonna lower your vibration, right? That's the spiritual withdrawal. That's gonna lead you to be spiritually dead. Cause all that shit lowers your vibration. That's gonna be stuff that it may make you feel good, but it's gonna lower your vibration in the long run. And even when you're doing this shit, it's gonna lower your vibration, gonna have you vibrating low. You know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual withdrawal. Eating unhealthy, that's a spiritual withdrawal. Because that's gonna have you vibrating low, it's gonna lower your vibration. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna lower your vibration. You're not aware of this shit because you're looking at the shit from a physical point of view. I'm just going to the club. I'm just about to get this bottle and turn up. I'm about to just go try to get laid, get some pussy. Same time, that's gonna lower, all that shit's gonna lower your vibration. All that shit's gonna, like, even sex. Sex is to reproduce. If you're just going out having a bunch of sex, you ain't gonna have no energy. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be walking around this bitch out of low vibration. Even with women, I'm pretty sure women, if y'all go around having a bunch of sex, releasing y'all seed, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be walking around this bitch tired. You know what I'm saying? I know when I have sex a lot or release my seed a lot, I be walking around this bitch tired. No energy to manifest, no energy to do no videos, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Those are spiritual withdrawals, things that are going to lower your vibration. Spiritual deposits will be things like, okay, let me go out and walk in the sun for 30 minutes and just go on a walk and just get some sunlight, get some fresh air. After being in a warehouse all week or after being in a motherfucking nursing office all week or being in a doctor's office all week, you're going to want to make some spiritual deposits. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be so attached to this physical, this material shit. Because it's never enough, bro. It's never enough. It's never enough money to make. Once you get this car, it's a better car you can get. Once you get this, it's a better this you can get. It's never enough. So you don't want to just be so attached to this material shit. Because you'll never be able to enjoy life and walk in your purpose. That's why this shit is set up like this. Time isn't real no fucking way. So, of course, they're going to have a 2011, and nigga, a couple months later, it's 2012. Now, you was all geeked up about the 2011. You was all geeked up about the 2011. Now, your ass going crazy for the 2012. And now you're going to be going crazy for the... You're going to just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. It's not going to stop. It's never enough. So, you don't want to just be so attached to this physical shit because it's never enough and they have it set up like that. So you won't get on a spiritual journey and be making the spiritual deposits. Because when you start making these spiritual deposits, You're going to raise your vibration. You're going to be having positive energy. You know what I'm saying? But the powers that be that run this matrix, like I told y'all before, they feed off of the negative energy. They feed off of your negative energy. So they don't want you to have no spiritual deposits. They want you to just continue to be living life on this material world. They don't want you to be living life on a, looking at shit from a spiritual point of view, living life from a, or getting on your spiritual journey, living this life from a spiritual point of view, living life, looking at shit from a spiritual, you know what I'm saying? From a spiritual perspective. They want you to just be stuck on this material plane. Because it's easier for them to control your ass when you stuck on this material plane, you know what I'm saying? And I'm altering my energy this way because I don't want to lose focus. So you want to make sure you're making these spiritual deposits too, not just no physical deposits into your fucking bank account. Because you can't take that shit with you when you die. You can't take the spirit, you can't take the fucking bank account with you when you die, but you can take the spiritual experiences with you that you have had on this physical plane. Because we're down here, we're all living this life, we all have a purpose, right? We're all, first of all, we're spirits and souls and spirit in these bodies, right? Some of us are spirit and soul, and some of us are spirit in these bodies, in these vessels, walking around with these arms and these legs and shit, and these eyes. We're spirit and soul in these bodies experiencing this physical reality, right? So, us being spirit and soul, we don't want to goddamn, and I don't want to lose my train of thought with this, but what I'm trying to say is we're spirit and soul, man, in these bodies experiencing this shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get so attached to this shit that we forget that we're just down here having an experience. And the more attached you get to this shit, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy your experience, because we're spirit and soul down here having an experience. Just like you get in your fucking car and you be driving your car to the point where you switching lanes. You're not even, you so used to driving your vehicle, right? That you switching. At first you got in your vehicle, you had to look, where the fucking blinker at? It's right here. All right, let me put the blinker on. Okay, let me goddamn reverse or reverse park. You know what I'm saying? At first you was driving your vehicle, it was hard for you to maneuver through the shit. It was hard for you, I mean, adjust the mirrors and all that shit. You had to get comfortable with your vehicle, right? Your car, right? And then after a while, you start driving that motherfucker, you hitting the blinker, boom. You getting over in second nature. You goddamn adjusting the mirrors without even looking at it. You know, boom, oh, you know, it's right there where it's supposed to be. Boom, it's right there where it's supposed to be. Boom, you driving. You got to hit the windshield wipers without even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't looking for nothing. You know where everything is. You know how to maneuver through that vehicle because you've been in that vehicle for a long time. Just like these bodies. We've been in these bodies for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So we know how to maneuver through in these bodies. But at the same time, we're spirit and soul, right? We're spirit and soul down here having an experience. You see what I'm saying? Just like when we was babies, we didn't know how to talk. We didn't know how to speak the words that they use to communicate in this physical, in this reality. We didn't know, because we're spirit and soul, bro. We didn't know how to use the words that they use to communicate down here in this reality. We didn't know how to maneuver in these bodies when we was babies. You know what I'm saying? When we was babies. Because we were spirit and soul getting used to these bodies. And as we got older, we know how to walk. We're taking our first steps and shit, we speaking. And now we just doing this shit second nature to the point that we forgot that we're spirit and soul. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you don't want to just be so attached to this physical shit. The whole purpose of me saying that is to say this. You don't want to be so attached to this physical shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to still, we're down here to have an experience. Same time, you don't want to forget that you're a spirit and a soul. You don't want to forget about your spiritual journey, man. Because the physical world is ran by the physical world is ran by the spiritual world. All this shit, these politicians making these laws and all this shit, all these hurricanes, it's all spiritual, man. It's all spiritual, and it's all spiritual meanings behind this shit. And if you're able to get on your spiritual journey, and this is besides the deposit shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this, once you're able to get on your spiritual journey, you'll be able to look at life from a spiritual view, or from a spiritual point of view, and you won't just look at shit like, damn, this shit is happening, oh, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do, this and that, yada, yada, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You'll be able to look at shit like, okay, damn, this is happening for a reason. Maybe this is happening so I can avoid going over here. Maybe I was about to go out to the club with these people and they lagged it on me, and maybe the club got shut up or anything. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, damn, maybe I got saved from a situation. You start looking at shit from a spirit. That's different from the video when I'm what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? This shit just get the flowing, but you don't want to just be so attached to this physical world. You want to make sure you're on this physical world just to experience this shit in these bodies. You know what I'm saying? Then when we transcend, when we die, when we transcend, we're going to go back to where we came from. And some of us, I don't know where some of us are going to go. I know for my people, we're going to go back to where we came from, the blacks and Latinos, the organic beings, you know what I'm saying? Spirit and soul. I'm not too sure about everybody. I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we're spirit and soul, and some of us are spirit. You know what I'm saying? So You don't want to get, the whole purpose of me saying all that shit is to say, the whole purpose of me saying all that shit is to say this. You don't want to be so attached to this physical world that you stray away from your spiritual journey. Because we're down here having a physical experience, but we're spirit and soul, right? So we can't get detached, and we can't forget that this shit is all ran, it's all dictated by the spiritual world, right? And besides all that, back to the spiritual deposits. You wanna make sure you're making these spiritual deposits. And I wish I had the mic. I really wish I was recording this video with the mic. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna see how it sound like this, right? But you're gonna want to make sure you're making these spiritual deposits just so you can. Now I'll probably just do a part 2. I'll just do a part 2 to this shit with the mic, cause I can keep on talking about this shit. I don't want to make this video too long, right? Probably make it at 20 minutes, 20-some minutes, and I'll stop, right? But you want to make sure you're making these spiritual deposits, right? You want to make sure you're making these spiritual deposits so you can deal with this shit in the physical world, right? Because you have to know that this, like I told y'all just recently, I just said this shit. I keep on saying it. The spiritual world runs the physical world, right? So in order for you to deal with the bullshit on the physical plane, you're going to want to be tapped in on your spiritual journey so you can deal with this shit. You're going to want to be meditating. You're going to want to be exercising, eating the right food. So when the bullshit on the physical plane approaches you, you'll be able to go into your spiritual bank account. Boom, I got this positive energy that I put up from eating the right food. I got this positive energy that I put up from working out every day. I got this positive energy that I put up from not listening to the low vibrational music. And you'll be able to use that positive energy to fight against the negative energy. Because the negative energy is not going to leave. You got to just be able to deal with this shit. And if you don't see this shit, you're not conscious of it, it's probably because you're vibrating low and you're probably participating in the negative energy yourself. So you don't see that you're vibrating low. You don't see that you're surrounded by negative energy because you bumping the music. You cutting motherfuckers off. Move, you driving slow. You doing all this shit. You eating the fucking burgers and all that shit. Oh, this shit tastes good. You vibrating low. So you don't see that. There's a lot of negative energy. You don't see that you're acting more aggressive than most people, or that society is very aggressive. You don't see this shit because you're aggressive your goddamn self. You eating the food yourself. You listening to the music. You don't see it. You don't see this shit, right? You don't see it. So you're not aware of this shit. And where was I going with this shit right now? I was going somewhere with this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But you're going to want to make these spiritual deposits. Okay, that's what I was saying. You're going to want to make these spiritual deposits so when the negative energy pops up, you can take some positive energy and do it. Just like if you put the money into your bank, then boom, you get a flat tire or some shit. You're going to want to have some money in your bank to deal with that shit in the physical world. Same shit with the spiritual world. You're going to want to make some deposits, some spiritual deposits. Let me eat the right food, because once you get on your journey, you're going to realize that little things you do help you deal with bullshit. Like, what I realized, like, okay, let me eat the right food. Because if I eat some bullshit food, even if it's not meat, because I'm never eating no fucking meat again. I'm never eating no animal, no dead energy ever again in my life. But I'm saying, like, maybe a nigga might want some hot munchies or something out the vending machine at work because a nigga hungry and I ain't cooked nothing. So I'm like, goddamn, I want to get these munchies. Or I can get that trail mix right there in the vending machine. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is once you get on your journey, you're gonna be conscious, like, okay, if I get the motherfucking hot munchies, it's gonna lower my vibration. I'm gonna be in a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in a bad mood. It's gonna be harder for me to deal with people. I'm gonna be vibrating low. You know what I'm saying? Once you're conscious of shit like that, you'll realize, okay, if I eat the right food, I'll have more positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Just you being conscious of it. I'm not going to eat the hot chips out the vending machine because it's going to lower my vibration. I'll fuck around and get have a bad mood, be vibrating low, fuck around and get into it with somebody, anything. It's a chain reaction. Once you get the lower in your vibration, once you vibrate low, it's a chain reaction. It's the Matrix. They want you to vibrate low so they can hit you with some more, hit you with some more, and just try to destroy you because they feed off of the negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So once you're aware of that little change, like, if I eat these chips, I'm going to be vibrating low. A spiritual deposit would be, let me eat some healthy shit. Let me eat some fruit. Let me eat some yogurt or something. Let me eat a sandwich. Let me eat a Veggie Delight sandwich or something. Let me eat a sandwich with 1 piece of meat instead of 5 slices of bologna. Spiritual deposits will be something like that, eating healthy so you can have some positive energy. Or let me eat a sandwich without no bologna on that motherfucker. Let me stop eating meat. Those will be spiritual deposits so you can have positive energy to deal with the bullshit in the material world. Because the bullshit's not going nowhere, it's here, bro. Because the powers that be, these presidents and all that shit, these motherfuckers are not dumb, bro. They know that the laws they're putting are to oppress us. And that's the whole purpose of this shit. So we can have negative energy. And they gave the inorganic species, Caucasians, Asians, Mexicans, all the people that get burned by the sun, right? And this is no shade to the inorganic species. I'm just saying, because the government lies to everybody, right? They gave the inorganic species a little bit more privilege than the organic species just to cause confusion. Just so it can be a division between the inorganic beings and the organic beings. Same time, even though we're a different species, same time on this planet, we're getting dictated by the same government. And they're just a fucking puppet to the motherfucking real beings that are running this shit. Behind the scenes, underground and shit, you know what I'm saying? But besides all of that shit, y'all gonna want to make sure y'all making y'all spiritual deposits, man, because we live in this physical world, and there's a lot of negative energy, and you don't want the negative energy to consume you. Because if you're not careful, if you're not cautious, trust me, I know. And there's nothing to be proud of to say that you know how to vibrate low. It's nothing to be proud of. But if you're not cautious, the negative energy will consume you, and then before you know it, you'll be putting out a bunch of fucking negative energy, right? And you have to understand energy. Once you understand energy, you don't want to put out no negative energy, because that's just going to come right back to you. You want to put out positive energy so you can get positive energy back and positive opportunities back instead of negative crash out opportunities. Because if you put out negative energy, you're going to get negative energy back. And that negative energy you get back may be an opportunity that's going to make you crash out and jeopardize all of your shit. You know what I'm saying? Jeopardize everything you've been working hard for years and years. You may get people, this shit happens. Motherfuckers be celebrities, all type of shit. Not saying the celebrity is something that you want to strive for, but anything, and not even saying that's something successful, not saying it's not, but anything, you have a business, etc., anything, and you go out drinking one night, you know what I'm saying? You ain't been putting in them spiritual deposits. You've been putting in them physical deposits so you can have your bank account right? And that's cool. You got to do both. You don't want to just be on some spiritual shit and be a bum, be broke. You know what I'm saying? You want to do both. So you've been putting in them physical deposits so you can have your bank account right, but you ain't been putting in them spiritual deposits. So you go out to have a good night, not even knowing that the spiritual world runs all this shit. And these spirits and these demons, they know that you vibrating high, that you on your shit. They know that you on your shit, you got all this positive energy. So boom. You ain't been putting no spiritual deposits in, so boom, a motherfucking, they send an attack at you. Then you fuck around and knock somebody out, or you get into it with somebody, they pull out a pistol and kill you right there on the spot, or stab you, or anything, or you knock somebody out, they fall and hit their head on the ground or something, and they fucked up for the rest of their life. Now you sitting in jail for manslaughter, anything. Because you weren't putting in them spiritual deposits. If you had put in them spiritual deposits, once you seen the situation getting ugly, once you seen it going left, you could be like, hold on, I feel the energy in here. This shit throwing my energy off. Let's relocate to this side of the bar, or let's just get the fuck out of here, or let's not even go to a fucking bar, because that's just low vibrational. Let's just go do some other shit that has nothing to do with no negative energy. Once you put in these spiritual deposits, you go, no, like, I feel good. You know what? Let's not even go to no fucking bar. Because if we go to a bar, there's going to be a lot of people there. They're going to be drunk. They're going to be vibrating low. That might lead to some bullshit. And that bullshit, I might not know how to, it may hit me unexpectedly. And I may not know how to handle that shit in the moment, and I fuck around and crash out. So let's just go somewhere else. You may be on some, once you put in them spiritual deposits, you're going to be thinking like that. Like, hold on. I don't even want to go over here. You want to go to the, like, I'm not going to go to the movies on Saturday when everybody's going to be there. Because it may be some shit. It may be too crowded. It may be people trying to, you know, people maybe bumping into me, all type of shit. Let me go to the movies on Tuesday. You're going to be thinking differently once you're putting in these spiritual deposits. You know what I'm saying? A spiritual, say you putting in nothing but spiritual withdrawals. You getting drunk all the time. You getting faded. You taking care of your shit on the physical world too, right? Because you can be taking care of your shit in the physical world, be successful in all this shit, and fuck around and crash out. Because I'm telling y'all, the spiritual world runs all the physical world. You'll be successful, have your shit together, and not even know that it's an attack being sent to you to make you jeopardize all your shit, and you fall for the bullshit. You fuck around and you going back and forth. You road raging, and now you fuck your car, you crash your car. You know what I'm saying? Or in the person that made you crash it, they get on. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They get the fuck on. You crash the car with your kids in the car. Or you fuck around and get into it with somebody at work, now you lose your good job. You know what I'm saying? It's all type of shit. That's why you have to be putting in them spiritual. Now, so this is what I was going at though, right? Say you getting drunk and all this shit. You getting drunk, you faded, you off the pills, you off the drugs, you off all type of shit, right? You getting faded, you listen to the music. Those are spiritual withdrawals. So as soon as somebody says that, now you go out to the bar, right? Say you doing all that shit. That's what I was going at. You doing all that shit, you getting drunk, you getting faded, but you still handling your business. You still putting money into your bank, you still making them physical deposits, right? Then you go out to the club and all that shit, you getting faded, you getting drunk. And you already vibrating low because you getting faded and getting drunk after work and all this shit, right? So now you go to the club, you already vibrating low, and then somebody does something small. You say, fuck it, I'm about to beat this nigga, I'm about to do the extras. You fuck around and get booked.
You fuck around and catch a case, you know what I'm saying? And now you fuck around and lose your job and all this shit because they tell your employer, and now you can't pay your bills, and it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Because you wasn't making them spiritual deposits, you was making them spiritual withdrawals. So when that negative energy approached you, you let that shit consume you and you crashed out. Now you ain't got no spot. Now you ain't got no motherfucking job. Now you motherfucking gotta go back and forth with probation, and you gotta go back and forth to court and all this shit because you wasn't making them spiritual deposits. And we all fall victim to this shit. That's why you gotta just be more aware of this shit. You gotta just be more aware of this shit, okay? When I have some free time from this matrix on my day off, let me not just go get faded and get drunk and all this shit or go try to get laid. Let me do something that's going to benefit me spiritually. So when I jump back into this matrix, this material world, I can be able to deal with it easier. This shit will just have me so stressed out and low vibrational, putting out this negative energy, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are not aware that we're surrounded by negative energy because they're putting out negative energy themselves. They're putting out negative energy. I'm not going to know I smell like weed if everybody smell like weed. I mean, I'm not going to know everybody smell like weed if I smell like weed too. You know what I'm saying? And you walk in the room, everybody smell like weed. You like, shit, I don't smell like weed. Shit, nigga, I'm good, nigga. Shit, I'm good. I don't smell like weed. You don't smell yourself because everybody smell like weed. So you can be possibly putting out, you possibly in an environment where everybody's putting out negative energy and you don't see the shit because you putting out negative energy too. You like, shit, I don't see no negative energy. I'm good. Beep, 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 beep. Move, nigga, move. I'm good. I ain't putting out no negative energy. I'm good. I ain't putting out no bad vibes. You can't even see this shit because you vibrating on the same frequency as everybody else and everybody's putting out the same energy. Ain't nobody making no spiritual deposits. Once you get to making the spiritual deposits, you're going to be like, whoa, what the fuck? Everybody vibrating low. You're going to be like, it's not funny, but that's what it is because the powers that be, they feed off of the negative energy and it's by design. They got 5G towers and all this shit and all of the cities that's full of negative energy disguised as trees. It's gonna be a separate video, but why the fuck is it disguised as trees if it's nothing bad? As trees. It's disguised as trees, nigga. It's disguised as trees, though. Why the fuck is it disguised as trees? These 5G towers that they're nothing bad. If it's just telephone poles, the fucking telephone poles is brown. And that's a whole another video that there's no fucking satellites in the sky. Nigga, ain't no satellites. It's telephone poles. Wherever there's no fucking telephone poles, you're not gonna have no service. That's a whole different video though. But they have 5G towers around this bitch disguised as trees. Metal fucking, and they know people are so fucking sleep, they're not even gonna look up and notice that shit. And if they do, they're gonna just be like, oh, what the fuck is that? Okay, it's nothing. These are low frequency towers putting out low frequencies to keep certain environments at a certain frequency. And when you go to the white area, you're not gonna see no fucking 5G towers. And if you do see a 5G tower, that bitch gonna have 1, 2 to 3 panels on it. That's it. Three little small panels like that big, bro. 3 little small panels. The 5G towers in the hood, the panels is big as fuck, nigga, and they disguised as trees, nigga. Why they disguised as trees if it's nothing bad? Unless those are low frequency towers and people not gonna be paying attention to this shit. I'm paying attention to this shit. And I notice everywhere I go where they have these 5G towers, motherfuckers is vibrating low, driving crazy, all type of shit. All type of shit. But when you get to an area where they ain't got no 5G tower, motherfucker driving peaceful. And it's usually an area where it's Caucasians at. Usually if you go to and white people be driving crazy everywhere. But I'm saying though, I forgot where I think I was in goddamn Eastville. I was somewhere, bro. And I saw a 5G tower, but it was a small ass, and it wasn't disguised. It was just a regular 5G tower. Just regular. They had the shit white, regular paint on the shit, just regular. These 5G towers in the hood, the motherfucking panels are big as fuck, nigga. The panels is big as fuck because they put on a lot of low frequencies to keep that environment under that frequency stronghold that I told y'all the planet is under. You know what I'm saying? That the planet is under. So wherever there's a lot of blacks and Latinos, there are going to be a lot of fucking 5G towers because the blacks and Latinos are on a higher frequency. So if they know all the fucking residents and all this shit, they keep track of all this shit. So if this area is heavily populated with Caucasians, it's going to be at a lower frequency. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be at a lower frequency. Because y'all are on a different frequency than us. You know what I'm saying? It may be negative energy over there. They don't need to put no 5G towers over there to have that energy to stay like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to have a lot of black people over there. And once black people get over there, they can have synthetic robots, anything, give them bad vibes so they don't want to be over there. I ain't going to get to going crazy with this video, bro. I ain't made a video in a few days. I ain't going to get to going crazy with this video. But make sure y'all making them spiritual deposits, man. That's the whole purpose of this video. Make sure y'all making them spiritual deposits, man. Make sure y'all doing something to prepare y'all for the negative energy, whether it be, let me go work out today. Let me go do something I used to do when I was a kid that would make me feel good. I just got finished skateboarding. I feel good right now. It brings me back to the old days when I was skating and go film and all. It just bring me back. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel good. And I'm about to go work out. That's another spiritual deposit. It's cool to put money in your bank and shit too, because you always want to be prepared. You don't want to be a fucking spiritual bum, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want to be prepared too. So on the physical world, right? But you don't want to just be so attached to the physical world that some spiritual shit happen and you fuck around and crash out, right? Because it could be, you can be on your shit, it's spirits and entities, all this shit. They don't want you to be vibrating high with that positive energy. So when you trying to do some positive shit, when you trying to accomplish shit, make sure you put in them spiritual deposits too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're working out so you can have a high vibration. So when you get around the negative energy, you're able to deal with it. Because once you start putting out negative energy, it's going to come right back to you. And it's going to be an endless cycle. And you may not be knowing why things is going bad in your life because you've been putting out this negative energy unbeknown to you. You ain't been making no spiritual deposits. You've been just making spiritual withdrawals. So you vibrating low and you putting out this negative energy and then you getting this shit right back. Spiritual deposits. Go work out. Go read a book. Read a book. Go just write down your thoughts. Just instead of typing all the fucking time, just write and read this shit. Just write and read it. Write how you feel. Journal your thoughts. Journal your dreams. Go do some squats. Stretch. I'm about to go stretch, right? That's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go stretch and get some sun. That's a spiritual deposit because I know Monday through Friday I got to deal with my coworkers. You know what I'm saying? And they're on a different frequency than me. I got to deal with a lot of shit. We all have to deal with a lot of shit. It's the Matrix, nigga. So you want to prepare for the bullshit by making these spiritual deposits. I ain't gonna hold y'all till I hope y'all vibrating at a high frequency. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man.